Hello, hello, let's get stream going. Hello, hello. Hi, Wild. Welcome, welcome. We're Bird today. Just feeling like Bird. We are going to be playing a game called What Remains of Edith Finch. It wasn't really on my docket today, and then I looked at a guide walkthrough thing, and it wasn't only an hour and 30 minutes. I assume that that's the whole game, so I'm guessing this game is rather short. We're going to find out. I'm going to try and play it today. We'll see how it goes. Let me get back my chat. Hold on. Let's go wild here. And the game just starts, by the way. Like, it literally just starts. New game, you go. I do not know what it entails. I'm pretty sure the concept of the game is that we are going through everybody who has died on this family tree. And it had me curious, because, like, I've heard that this game is good at storytelling. And I've heard, and the thought of, like, so death scenes are interesting to me, I'm sorry to say, but it's kind of got me curious. So that's why I picked up this game. I intended to stream it a while back, and I didn't get around to it. So we're just gonna go. We're just gonna see what this game's all about. Let me know if there's any audio issues or anything. I think I broke the game already. 5 seconds in, I broke the game. I broke the game. I didn't even mean to. I think all the achievements are related to everybody in the game, which is interesting. There's no, like, outside achievements, so I'm gonna look into that a little bit. It'd be really funny if the game didn't work after I attempted to restart the game. That would be probably where I'm at right now. I'm pretty good at that. Oh, application load error. That's a good... You were just here 5 seconds ago, and then I started streaming and you stopped working. Oopsie. It's also on a hard drive, so that may have something to do with it. Ooh. We're waiting. We're waiting. You have to cab. You have to cab. Game. You have to cab. There we go. All right, we're in. We're in. We're in. This is it. This is the game. Hold on. I'm making sure I don't work today. I know I don't work today, but, like, I can't help but, like, double, quadruple check to make sure I don't work today.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that.
Oh, what? What? I'm just gonna
start at the beginning with the house.
Okay. What was that first part I missed? That whole page of stuff I wanted to read. What's that about? Okay. Should I have probably run this on my HDD instead of my hard drive? Maybe. Should I switch it? Well, I still can, probably. After spending 9 minutes trying to play the game. Is there an error in the game? Am I supposed to be doing something? I can't pause it or anything. Which makes me think the game is loading. right? So shift tab. What is supposed to happen here? No. Of course there's an ad. Doesn't let me see what... This game looks beautiful, by the way. Yeah, it's supposed to load something. It's not loading something like it's supposed to. Hold on. Alright, brief intermission, boys. We're gonna fix this. Uninstall game. It's a small game. I can install it onto a higher definition drive real quick. Really quick. If my downloads stop! Why are there so many goddamn updates? To everything. So many updates. Just let me install something real quick. Hold on. It's installing rather quickly because it is a small game. I just want to play game. Why does everything have to, like, fumble with me, like, when I start streaming? Like, things look fine, and then I start streaming, and then everything breaks. That's just kind of how it works. I don't know why. Oh, God. Come on. My fault, for real. Something I can open up while I wait for this, or should I just wait for it? I wish the Steam, like, overlay had... There used to be, like, a little, like, thing that told you, like, the progress of the download. That was cool. I mean, it's great that it's not there, but it also there was also an option to launch when it's as soon as it's done downloading. I mean, it's a feature that I never would use, but, like, in a situation like this, I would enjoy it very much. And it's installed, just like that. Wow. It was at 67, and then it just installed. Like that. Bada bing, bada bop. We should be in now. Yes, allow the game to do whatever the game needs to do, please. Thank you. And like that, it's straight through. It's not taking 10 years to load, because it's on a hard drive, and I stream on a hard drive, because I'm a genius. It took me 12 minutes to do that, I'm sorry.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that.
Wait, what the hell? Wait, hold on. Why is it all scratched out? Why is it different? Wait, is it supposed to be different? If so, that's cool.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay, yeah, this was supposed to happen. It didn't. Oh my god. This game is, like, pretty. Like, whoa.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Whoa. Oh, wait.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago. Marked urgent. Open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Hmm. I love games like this. How did I not know?
My mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
This is pretty. Like, I'm sorry, I just like scenes like this. I'm a huge
I wouldn't
fan.
have driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
I'm going through it further into the forest, so I don't care. Hi.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Oh. Are these the same paths? I kind of want to find out. I went through like the hilltop so I could see everything, but this is kind of like the
The
lush.
woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent.
Take both
As
paths.
if they're about to say something but never do.
There's no sprint. A lot of button zoom though. Yeah, I walked back. Okay, so up there is through the treeway that I went. Cool. Honestly, really cool. I honestly really enjoy this. I can't state that enough, like how much I love forest scenes like this.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
What the house is this? It's kind of like built
As a child,
up.
the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
The way it's like built up, this is like those are like sheds stapled together. You know, those aren't like crafted.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
You, a 17-year-old, you inherited this. You have a whole house to yourself as a 17. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, of course I don't go to the front door.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I don't want to go through there. Oh well.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
So in the span of 6 years, stuff
For the first
happened.
time in years,
January 2010.
I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Loving memory of Lewis Finch, 1988 to 2010, beloved brother of Edith, son of Dawn, great-grandson of Eddie. Edith, Eddie, Lewis, Dawn.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
happened on the night you left?
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
What about your mom? Sorry, I was trying to examine stuff. I saw another exam point.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Like an AI-generated image.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Barbara Finch.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Oh, wow. Missing posters. Should we start from the bottom and then go to the top? Do you have a key for this?
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Okay. So, like, okay. Okay. So the key does not work there. But I bet we can find the key.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Whoa, that's really cool. That's actually a really cool design for a room. Really trippy, but cool.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
$20,000.
My mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Oh, wow. Bit of audio glitching, but that's okay. So many, like, books and things, right? Very unique. Like, very, like, this big of a family. I kind of understand.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
My friend Bigfoot.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Like, this is, like, old style, like, less electronic. With a big family like this, of course, they're gonna have bunches of books. Right. Anyway. Let's go see what's over here, I suppose. Why
From
this?
the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
So...
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Really?
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here. Before my mom sealed the doors.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Don't tell me you ate the gerbil.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Oh my god, she just ate whatever. What?
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
I held back. What, did she find insulation and think it was cotton candy?
I kept eating and eating.
Oh my god, that's toothpaste. You can't eat that. What?
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Wait, no.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Those are fake, right? Those have to be fake. I'm just kind of curious as to what exactly, like, everything.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Oh.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
What?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
I think I can make it.
The babies were all gone.
Huh? Were they all grown up, or, like, what happened?
I jumped and I almost got her.
I can't get up there. I was gonna say if I could try and make it over there. Cat, yes.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Whoa. This is beyond trippy. What?
Rabbits. imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
A mama rabbit? I missed. It's actually a thing I could do? I could actually miss? I thought it was, like, automated.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh, Jesus! Suddenly, I was a shark.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
See a fish. Was that a seal? That's a seal. Oh, I don't want to go after a
I
seal.
wanted fat, juicy seals.
I'm on you, buddy. Oh, it's bloody.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Am I squid now? What am I? I think I'm a squid, but this is my only, like... Oh, okay, whoa. Whoa. Okay, so I'm, like, moving.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
That does this doesn't sound big. What? Oh my god! I would like to remind you this is a child's imagination. Little boots over here.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Sure, why not? Hello, sir.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Oh, what the
I got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Wait, so did she starve to death? That was weird, because, like, what could have snuck in to do that, right?
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
She died at 10. Cat or rabbit? Huh.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
Whoa.
Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
She had different birds.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Okay.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
And his house.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
So Odin died trying to bring his house somewhere else. That's great. What a man. What a lad.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Why? Why? Like, is there a reason for this type of stuff in a bathroom?
It was a pretty big trace.
I was gonna say, because, like, you get the stuff wet and it, like, molds, right? Like, it cannot be comfortable. There's a book here. Can you go to, like, all of these books that I'm finding?
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Whoa.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Milton was here. Fort Calvin. The two lines. One was super into the military, the other one was into space.
And that he never talked about him. I
Command
guess my
center.
grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Oh my god, this is actually really freaking cool. Oh, and then there's a memorial. Oh no. Oh, I thought oh man.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't.
I've seen this one. It's actually quite dark. Like, it's honestly crazy.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Like, why would you build a swing so close to a cliff, right? I have seen a couple of scenes this one was it, and this is what kind of got me into, like, the idea of playing this game. Am I doing it right? Do I know how to swing? I think I'm doing it right, yeah.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
I'm just trying to figure out how to swing. I don't know if I'm going fast enough. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want this anyway. But progression. I think this is intentional, actually. I thought the scene moved a lot faster, but this is well done. As the tension rises. Come on, get me there. I go higher. I'm just swinging right now. I think I'm doing it right. Okay, hold on. So, feet to the back. Pull ourselves back. Swing forward. Go forward. Pull ourselves back. Go forward. Pull ourselves back. Go forward.
I told
Oh
him
my God,
going
I'm doing
around
it.
was impossible.
What the fuck? Whoa! Hold
Maybe
on.
if I hadn't said that.
Alvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Holy shit.
then maybe he'd still be here.
Oh my
But I
God.
I
Whoa!
think he'd already made up his mind.
I'm like nearly upside down.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Wait, hold on. 1999. Okay, so we were...
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Oh, there's a secret. The hungry, hungry caterpillar. I won't go in yet. I think I've looked at everything here. Oh my God! You can see it in the height marker! Oh my God! I feel so bad. Look at it! He kept growing. Oh wow. Okay. Alright. That's sad.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
What the hell? Does it go out to the main area? It does. It does go out to the main area. But Milton.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Yeah, growing out of it. Yeah, like being so popular and then dying off as soon as you get old. It's kind of crazy. I don't like how this is phrased up.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack.
Old Jack
Oh.
here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The
Whoa.
secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a
Oh,
sec.
wow.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Oh, it's like old,
And
too.
as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Wait, is that something... Is this... Wait, this tune doesn't... Wait, you can't use this tune, can you? Why is this here?
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
It is a very old tune, though. I'm gonna beat up whoever decides to show their face. One, you know, fight me. Back off. Soap bottles, laundry bins. There's
The
the...
gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
What? Let's go.
Old Finch rattled and grew stale.
Oh dear! Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
The tune starts up again. This looks more cozy than the rest of the house. My skater shoes!
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the bookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
There's gotta be another way out of here.
Not. She played her part beautifully.
I'd be really sad to find out if this is copyrighted. This hum.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
I just realized I'm also not recording, so if my audio gets muted for this section, that's why. I do not know why I thought I was recording for some reason.
Lookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was
Ding ding.
at the door. She whispered. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
So did she get murdered? That's what it sounds like. But we now can access the basement, so party time. Although I can't go through that way. Oops. Someone sent me a Discord message too.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Oh, yeah, because the music box... Who sent me a Discord message? Who's on? Oh. That's who sent me a message. Figured it out. I'm streaming. Me. I know I'm tired. I don't know why I'm tired. Just like... Before this, I woke up, I was fine, and I got tired because I was bored. And now I'm playing this, and now I'm interested, and now I'm so interested to the point where I don't even realize what I'm doing, so... I was gonna say, is it the other way around? Genius key, by the way. That's really smart. Okay, hate me or not, I kind of like
Mom said
basements.
the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Like, hear me out. Like, basements are, like, underground. You can't, like, maybe an earthquake would ruin everything. But, like, almost nothing can break in through the basement. They have to come in from
I saw
above.
Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
It's pretty dark in here.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
This is a bunker? My god, I can't see anything.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Oh my god.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Walter didn't run away. He stayed in a bunker. Being fed by Edie. That's like, whoa. Like, oh my god, think about that for a second. Like, I understand, like, say, apocalyptic living, like having, like, a portrait of the outside. But, like, you can go outside and, like, you're choosing to live in a bunker. It's so weird, right? Like, I'm not the only one who thinks it's a little crazy. Just a little bit.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
I can't either.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I gotta rotate it around.
Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Yay, peaches again.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
You got spices?
And then
These
one day,
pieces?
everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Oh, there's books down here.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara
Hmm.
and Molly
And Molly.
and Calvin.
Oh. It's all this trash. How'd you make a hole big enough for that? So he bunkered down
Maybe this is all a mistake.
he's afraid that he's gonna go too because of whatever mysterious.
But I need to
happening.
stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh no! Oh my god! He got hit by a train! Oh my god.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Oh
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
I'm not scared anymore! I'm excited to live! And just... yeah, it would be that tragic, wouldn't it? Wow.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Trapped
But
in a
if she
bunker.
never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Gonna say, I'm surprised.
I don't
like,
want to make the same mistakes she made.
Like, how has nothing snuck in here and stolen any of the food or anything, right?
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
The train was the rumbling that
Now
he
that
was
there's only one of
hearing.
us left, or maybe 2. I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Yeah, Walter got hit by a train. Wow. Okay. Oh, it looped around. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the train was the reason for the rumbling?
I don't know
Or then
if I
maybe
should
not.
even be writing this.
A lot of beauty in this game. Like, holy cow. Take any bit of, like, a screenshot. I am just loving the aesthetic of this game.
Maybe it'd be better
More
if
than I
all
ever
this
thought I
just
would.
died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Part of who? Who are we writing this for? This isn't just for the general public. This is for someone specific.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Anything in here? Nice little spot to kind of like chill out. I like that. I like that. What even is over there? I assume it's like some sort of beacon so that you don't crash into it at night, but I feel like the rocks and debris have blocked it. From what it looks like.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Oh my god. Shadow, Oliver. Bob lasted 4 years. Oliver lasted 7. Burpee lasted 8. I'm kind of curious to see if I can find one that only lasted a year. I doubt it though. But Lucy was old. Derpy Jr. Oh wow, they lasted quite a while. 3 years, Derpy.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Of course she did. Walter. A hole in the rock. Oh, wow. Barbara Finch, a Hollywood star. Edith Finch, books, Sven the Crafter, Gavin Finch, the spaceship, Molly Finch, cat, I suppose. I was gonna say, I swear if I could fall off and cry. Yeah, no, like, look at that. Like, look at it. That's just like a cool backdrop in general, like... Wow.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Is that the house? That's the house that
Edie's side
crashed.
was always easier for me to understand.
Oh.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
11. 13. April 33.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
So either Milton ran off or he's still alive somewhere. One of the two. Okay, I'm gonna go down this way first because it does not loop back to the house. Freaking pretty, dude. Oh, there's a telescope down here. What the world is that down there?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
I wanted to look at it more. Oh, there was just a line there. A little plank out there. So the old house has never moved. Someone must have went over there and put a light. Okay, I see. The light's over there so that we don't crash into it. Yeah, that's it. Yep, that checks out. Okay, I got it. I'm flowing with it. Is this what I expected to be doing? Absolutely not, but I am cool with it. I am absolutely cool with it, honestly.
There's There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
How many stories have we gone through for so far? There's a few that I'm missing. I went through 5, maybe 4. I don't even know.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
What? What the fuck? I'm gonna go check my laundry real quick. But I'm gonna let that simmer in. 17 and 22 weeks pregnant? What? That's why we're writing the journal. Did you think she's gonna die? Okay, there's so many questions I have, but I gotta be right back. Hold on, gentlemen. Hold up. AFK? Yeah, AFK. And then I'm gonna turn on the desktop audio. Okay, so I'm back. Hold on, wait, I gotta switch it back. Bada bing, bada bop. Game audio, everything's good. Game audio, mic audio. Game, Walter, Calvin, Sam, Barbara, Molly. Eddie. Gregory was only a year old. So, okay, so let me rephrase my sentence here. Molly probably died because she ate something she wasn't supposed to because she was hungry. Barbara, no one really knows what happened to Barbara other than Walter, who was the brother, right? But she may have been murdered. That's what it's believed. He stayed in a bunker, decided to finally leave bunker, and then got hit by a train. He's pregnant at 17? Am I hearing that right? It's a little crazy. And that's why she's writing this booklet.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Also, patriotic American flag. I thought we were like Dutch. Maybe. Okay, so he set sail from like Finland, not Finland, whatever the country was. I apologize. I forget. And made it to America on this island. Maybe that's what's going on.
They were both pretty intense.
He's a hunter, it looks
Sam
like.
spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Okay.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
What does that mean? I was gonna say you're swatting at a bird. Okay, airline tickets. Oh, that's a squirrel too. See what happened to Sam? Died at age 33.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? What? Am I gonna have...
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit.
I see.
Smile, Dawn. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Oh, I didn't get to take a picture
I'm
of
just
the
saying,
bird.
I'm not always gonna be here.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn.
Public hunting area. Let's get a good shot of you.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of it.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target.
What's she shooting at?
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Sorry, Dawn. I gotta reset I gotta take a picture while you're crying over your first kill.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh. It was still alive.
Of all these stories, That's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Wow. So we have gotten the whole bottom family tree. Wow. Except for Edie. Edie's the only one I haven't written up on yet. That uniquely didn't tell me anything about my next location. Sadly. That's a S. Finch. Wow. Ooh, wait a minute.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
I'm guessing that was her father, maybe? Oh, good. We get to Gregory, the one who only lasted a year. This is not going to be good. I don't like
I can't
this.
imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet
2 back-to-back? You're going to make me play 2 back-to-back? Has been filed against you after 20 calendar days after the summons served. Your file is written in response to attached complaint. A divorce contract. Sam Finch, husband, marriage of Kay Kyle.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now. I don't want Gregory to hear this.
She tried to save him.
Be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Wow. 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 I got goosebumps, man. I got fucking goosebumps. That's the other one I knew about. Wow. Wow. Okay. I don't even, like, sure, because it didn't last that long, but, like, still, it was, like, the first thing I would have done was getting the child out of the tub. I don't know.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
Off to the next one.
Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
I don't know what that says. It's backward. Oh, it's being flipped.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
I tried something.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
My kite is ruining the whole ceremony. Whoa.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Except for Gus, who had none. Is this a tornado?
Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
What happened? I understand a storm came through, there was a kite.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Did he get, like, electrocuted or thrown, or did he get, like, thrown around? He probably got thrown around with the kite or something. That's probably what definitely happened. He got tossed around, probably hit in a way that he probably shouldn't have. Very American family, I will say. There's a climbing wall here. I don't want to climb yet.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Climbing wall built in over here. Kind of neat, honestly.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Okay. Sanjay is this leaf on the side.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Ah. Let's see. Missing posters everywhere.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Lewis, Milton, Edith, Dawn.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Oh, we're up to, like, higher levels now.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Homeschooled, too. Wow. Reading is a hoot.
But it didn't last.
What happened? I'm guessing the next death is Lewis at age 12? Yikes. Hey, who did a science fair project on Edith Finch? Or a history project. Wow. There's only 2 chairs here, too. Fact or fiction? Our family history. Milton, Edith, and Lewis. I'm missing a kid. There's a kid missing here.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Whoa. What? The beginning of the end. What do you do? Accidentally fall off the castle? Which part of the house are we on? Oh, we're on this part of the house. Oh. Milton went missing though, right? Milton was a artiste. It looks like.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Animator. Oh, look at that.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
He kind of just disappeared. Very talented, though. Wow.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Oh wow, it goes upstairs. So we're not sure what Milton did.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
I don't think...
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
I honestly don't think... Oh wow. It was... supernatural. I don't think this game is supernatural. I just think it's a family of bad luck. Is what it seems to be. Also, Boathouse. Boathouse. You know, that's the lifestyle. Boathouse. That's a hookah.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Legalize marijuana. Lewis. Oh, 22. 22, not 12. 22. Oh my god. I was going to say 12-year-old?
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Kind of vibing, dude.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Whoa!
Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Oh.
He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
Get a what?
wander.
Whoa.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Dragon! Sorry.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Whoa.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. on the edge of a city he named Lewis-topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Okay.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor.
He held an election for mayor.
And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
gay
beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for
sinister serpents.
Sinister serpents.
Not too gay, though.
He followed the sound of his electric sitar.
I'm not even seeing the fish anymore.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Imperial Palace.
Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who had insisted on advising him.
Oh, hi, Molly. That's a cat. I assumed it was a person. My fault.
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Oh my god.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
He killed himself. Wait, I can't say that on the internet. He died himself. I can't, like, 100% tell if it was because mentally, like, there's a lot that can happen here, right? Like, trying to escape reality is one thing, and then leaving like, actually getting out of substance abuse is another. There's a lot going on here. Wow. Guess I got him to stop taking marijuana.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
That's...
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
How to teach Dawn Finch.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now was to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Fishes.
There's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
The father.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
I do not like this
journal was
imagery.
supposed to be for you.
I'm not
Now I
gonna
hope you'll
just.
never see it.
I'm not gonna describe the imagery.
I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Yeah, at 18. Story by Giant Sparrow. For Shirley Davis, 1848 to 2013. Creative director. Technical director. Wow. Just like, wow. What in experience? Seriously. Oh, you gotta do like... song? Some of these achievements are actually like specifically obtained, so you have to go back and actually do specific things, but I'm not gonna worry about doing that. I thought they were all achievable, like they were all based on the stories, but I guess not. Whatever, that's fine. She Jonah's name in the end credits. Like, wow. Wow. To the artist. It's been a while since I've sat down and actually, like, enjoyed a story. like that. I'm just letting the credits roll, man. I don't know what to say. Like, it's just a well done story through and through. It was great. It's great. Like, looking at the achievement, I'm gonna take a glance at the achievement. Catch 2 owls in only 2 swoops. Knock all the letters of Gregory's name into the tub. Look at all peepholes and telescopes long enough to hear Edith's commentary. Play Calvin's story again. Clear all the balls off the pool table. I thought I tried doing that, and then let the drunken sailor finish the song. This is all obtainable in one playthrough, too. Wow. Finch team. 2012 to 2017. The end. Who's Dawn? Dawn was the mother. Yeah. Just like Edith to play from the beginning. If I replay it, will I get the achievement? I was told that I might.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember
I'm gonna replay
is
it,
that when he made up his
just
mind,
for the extra achievement.
that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
It's like every part of this story was
he'd never be afraid again.
really well told.
And he wasn't.
It really
I
was.
think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Look at that, I'm doing way better than I was before.
Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Yeah, I'm speaking to this now. Holy cow.
Maybe
Literally.
if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not going to tell you again.
Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Yikes.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Loop-de-loop. I think we can, well, you know what? We might be able to just go through and knock them all out, except for the telescope one. Except for the telescope one. I can knock out Gregory's achievement real quick, I think. Let me do that one real quick. I don't know if I can pause midway through, but you get his by knocking out all of his letters. I get a fair amount of achievements before I dip out of here.
Thought he was alone. Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
There's get an easy achievement. I gotta do that separately every time.
Watching over, Gregory. It's time to. Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Yeah, Gregory achievement unlocked. Easy extra achievement. Clear all the balls off the pool table. There's like 2 in one playthrough that you can get. Or in one little scenario. You have to play as the very first one, Molly. And if I do it right, I have to do it right too.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen.
This is tragic,
It started
honestly.
when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. I ate a lot of things that night. I kept eating and eating.
Where's that? Like, is that toothpaste? Like, how is that even, like, tasty in any way, shape, and or
Then
form?
I heard chirping outside my window.
It was
a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
How quickly can I get through this thing?
Suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
You get through this section actually rather
I
quickly.
jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore.
That's how Molly died.
All I cared about gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Rabbits.
Rabbits.
Come here.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Nom.
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. Mama Rabbit.
Gotcha! Great owl achievement unlocked.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
I still think this is the most ridiculous scene in the game. It's just a fucking shark rolling down a hill. This is the first store you come into too.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
I gotta become a monster real quick.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
I've played Depth before. I know how to play this.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
I gotta wait for him to finish with the achievement. How long does this go on for? How long does he go on for? What the Hey, it's done. And then I think the last thing I need to do is, last thing I can really do is Barbara's story. 'Cause she gets a club thing.
Growing up,
and that can knock
I always
out
thought of
the
Barbara as a child star.
pool table. And then there's like one for
All the
using
stories
peepholes,
people wrote
but
about
I
Barbara's death,
don't
I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
remember all of them. I don't know all of them. Like, so I don't know.
Old Jack here with another ghastly
We gotta sit and wait through this. Kind of sucks.
America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it the surprise ending of Barbara
That's a clock.
Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her
The
scream
fence has
hadn't
a peephole.
aged
The
well.
library has a peephole.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great
Okay, so there's peepholes. I don't think I got a single one of these, honestly, except for the telescope.
into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter.
I think I can manipulate this a little bit. Hold on. I might be able to manipulate to get every achievement,
but
so hold
I'm
on.
not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes to do puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned.
Rick hadn't
So Barbara
returned.
went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Still don't like that they use this theme, but it is what it is.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Alright, clear the table. Get off the table. There we go, clear the table. Easy done. And then I gotta remember how to get to... Can I do Milton's and then Lewis's? Hold on, I have an idea. Replay from here. I can get Milton and Lewis's, like, doorways done. Like, back to back. Hold on. Because I didn't even know you could do this.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Wow. I'll have to start the game all, like, not over, but I can kind of manipulate this into doing what I want it to do.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Okay, so now I gotta restart. I gotta replay the game as Edith from the start. And then I can go from there to each and every room to get quotes, and then I can get that last achievement. Easy. Easy. This is gonna take me a minute.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about
I want to know what that said. Like, you can't see it unless you start, like, from the very beginning. So I have to go back into the footage and see what it says. I gotta make my way. I gotta crawl my way over, all the way over to this house.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
I didn't intend to, like, go back and get every single achievement, but you know what? We're on an adventure here, gentlemen. This is a good game, and I would hate to see it not fully completed if the completion was easy. What happened to Lewis? Lewis's funeral. Okay, the thingy. So we left not long after Lewis's funeral, which was when we were like, what, 12?
My mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
I want to know who the father is, honestly. We don't get to see who was born because of Edith, which really sucks. But what a story to tell.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Because I got the telescope one earlier. I got the telescope one, I got the ones that are in late game. All that's left is everything in the house.
I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
That's just a beautiful set piece right there. Like, honestly. Well done to the team behind this. I know this game's been out for a while,
the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
This is the first people is here where the swing is. That I missed, because I didn't even know this was here.
The house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother. Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
And not pregnant.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
I gotta start looking for people's.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Is there another one down here before I full gore? I could probably go to the basement
Even
without.
the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came. The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
If I could get the key before I even adventure through everything.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
I have to wonder when the world happened in Milton.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
America grew out of it.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Wow. And I got the achievement for people as well. And that's all the achievements. That's every last achievement. So who went missing? Milton. I'm Googling that real quick. What happened? I'm so confused on what the door is supposed to symbolize, or the fact that he, Milton's character was added as a fill-in to link projects between Edith Finch and Giant Sparrow's other game, The Unfinished Swan. His character design, the castle, all the art is a one-to-one match. Giant Swan that Milton Finch is an unfinished swan. That Milton Finch had a son called Monroe, who's the protagonist of Unfinished Swan. And this and the game implies that magic and the so-called curse is real with the Edith Finch universe. So, there's a couple interpretations of how Milton is gone. Whether it be he got lost in the house and died, or he is actually in another game that these people created called Unfinished Swan. This game is highly rated, by the way. Oh, wow. I have to wonder what this game is about. The Unfinished Swan, right? Because this, yeah, like... it kind of ties in, I think, right? I would assume, sorta. But that's interesting. I might have to pick it up and play it on the channel at some point. What Remains of Edith Finch is $20 and is overwhelmingly positive. I don't even know, like... your entire... wow, it's just like... wow. Well, anywho, I'm done here. I hope you guys have enjoyed. This has been a ride through and through, as we not only beat and played through Edith Finch, but we also 100% completed it. I beat it. It's done. Wow. And that's it. That's it right there. Wow. I don't know what else to say. You're all amazing people. I want to thank you all for watching and stopping by, those who did and those who are watching in the future. I want you to go tell people around you that you love, cherish them, and care about them, because everybody needs to hear about that. Somebody needs to know that you care. Of course, if you do. I don't want to force it on anybody, but I'm just saying, it's nice. And for right now, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for stream. Wild, have you been watching this whole time, Wild? It's probably like 2:40 a.m. for you. Alrighty, well, you all have a great and wonderful day or night, whatever time it is. And I will see you all in whatever I do next. I'm watching. Thanks, Wild. Thanks. You have a good day. Bye-bye.